recording is on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go a little bit deeper into the permissions, and that way you have a better understanding here. So let's get started. So we left off on a user, group, and others, right? So user is represented with so what is the user represented with? Over here,
with U,
yeah,
letter U.
the user is U, group is G, and other is O. And there are 3 permissions for each person. The permission user could read, user could write, or user could execute. So if the user has all the full permissions, then the maximum permission a user could ever have is 7. Okay. A group would be read and write, execute. Maximum would be 7, 7, 7, 7. So the maximum permission for any particular user group or anybody would be 7. Okay, so let's move on. So over here, I explained you the permissions, right? So let me go on to my server. So we're dealing with file 1 so far, right? Okay. So if we create ls-l file 1, okay, by default read, write, write, this is what it's getting here. So the by default the permission, if you look at the numbers, it would be 644. Okay, for example, if you create another file here, touch file 2 and hit enter, and if you do ls-l file 2, what is happening is the permissions are same, because this is the default permissions here. So the system is smart enough not to give execute permission and write permission to these 2 people. Okay, if it does, then anybody with a system access, if they're not, if they don't even have elevated access, they would be able to go in there and make changes. So it's a safeguard. Okay, so let me go ahead and remove this file. Alright, so we're gonna deal with file 1 here. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to give full permission to everybody here. So the command to modify the permission is chmod. Okay, ch stands for change, mod stands for modification. So change the modification. Okay, and I want to give full permission to everybody here, here, and here. How would I do that? What I could do is I could use the number or I could use the letters here. So let's work with the numbers here. So if I want to give this person full rights, read, write, and execute, what number should I put in there?
6.
Read, write, execute, full.
Oh, execute. That'd be 7.
7, yeah. And I want to do that to this guy too. How much? I want to give full permissions. What number would that be?
777.
Correct. 7. And for this person too, 7. So 777. And who you want to give this to? File 1. I'm setting this on file 1. Okay, and if you do ls-l file 1, you see this here: read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. Everybody has, anybody who just even have access to just log in with that permission, they could read, write, and execute too. Okay, so all right, so let's see here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play a game here and see how these things actually work. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let's see, let's start with let's play a game here. So what I'm gonna do is remove all permissions for everybody. Okay, remove all permissions for everyone. Can you take a shot at it? chmod. And what should I put if I want to remove everything from these guys?
000.
Yeah, 000 file 1. Okay, and you hit enter. And if you do ls-l file 1, you see nobody has any permissions. Okay, so let me put this here. And let me remove permissions using the letters. So let me put everything back together again. So if I want to use the letters to remove the permission, what you do is chmod minus read, write, execute. Okay, and file 1. And who you going to give this read, write, execute permission? Well, you do a equal minus. That means all groups minus. If you do it, it will remove the permission for everybody. If you do ls-l, you see everybody's permission is gone. And suppose if you want to give full permissions here, instead of chmod 777, you want to give full permissions using the letters. How would you do that? Instead of minus over here, you do plus and hit enter, and you will get ls-l file 1, and you get full permissions here. Okay, so remove all permissions for, okay, so over here, okay, so when you're granting full permissions, this is what you're doing here. 777. Okay, and over here, grant full permission for everyone. So what we did was chmod, I did a plus and all that, and everybody has the full permissions here. Now remove all permissions for everyone using numbers. Okay, this would be letters. Remove all for everyone using letters. All right. Now
Um,
yeah, go ahead.
go with this more,
You're
but
you're
again,
you're breaking up.
because uh, 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 um, my Wi-Fi works.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hassan, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
This
Yeah, Husna, you're breaking up.
Wi-Fi it should.
Yeah, we could barely hear you, Husna. Sorry. Can you log in again? We'll give you 2 minutes. Log in again. Okay, did you log back in again? Can you hear us? All right, we'll give her another minute or so, okay?
Okay.
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Who's this? Ranjan?
Yeah, this is Ranjan. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Waiting for Husna. She was having some audio problem.
Okay.
All right, so we can continue on. So now what we have seen is we have seen uh, this here. We could add permissions using letters, or we could do it with numbers here. Okay, so let's continue on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything. So what is the number command to remove all the permissions?
000.
Yeah,
Chmod 000 file.
chmod, yeah, 000 file 1. And if I do ls-l, okay, so now we're gonna build up on this here. Earlier we just gave permission to everybody, which in real world scenario, if you see something like this, everybody has a permissions, make sure you talk to somebody about it, because that is not right. So now what we're gonna do is I want to give only read permission to owner. So using the number, how would I do that? So I would do chmod. Before that, let's do the math here. Grant only read permission to user. Okay, remember user in this scenario means owner. Okay, user is also owner here. All right, so let's see here. grant read only permission to user here. So let's do the math here. Okay, let me copy it from here. Okay, so here I'm gonna say everything, remove this here. So permission value for user. Okay, and so read. Okay, by the way you have to keep in mind also, um, yeah, you have to keep in mind the number value also. Okay, so let me undo this. 42107. Okay, so this is the template we have, number value. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need permission for read permission for only for user. So what number I need now? Only for read permission is what?
4.
Okay, we need for user 4. And what would be in the right position?
2.
Yeah, but we're in this scenario we're not giving him the right permission.
Oh, 0.
0. Very good. Okay, 0. All right, and execute. What would be there?
0.
0.
For only giving read.
All right. So now, what is the permission we're gonna give him when we run chmod?
400.
400. Very good. 400. Because if you just say 4, it won't take it. You have to specify also that you're not giving permission to any of these guys. Chmod 400, then file 1.
Chmod is like if you want to take permission or give permission, you have to use chmod.
Correct. Very good. Chmod stands for change modification. Okay, and you hit enter, and if you do ls-l file 1, there you go. It the change user, he's only have read permission. Okay, all right, so now
What if we want to delete some files from this? You have I was trying rm-rf and hashtag, but it did not work. Like I have file one, file two, and Spider-Man in it.
you want to delete those
So
files.
yeah, what if I want to delete one of the files?
So if you do asterisk, it's going to delete everything.
Oh, okay.
Do ls and see if the files are still there.
Yeah, I have file one, file two, and Spider-Man.
So what do you want to do? Which file do you want to delete? All of them, or is there one specific file?
I'll try deleting Spider-Man.
You want to delete only Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
So type rm-rf Spider-Man. RF Spider-Man, and hit enter, and do ls, and the file will be gone. Is it gone?
Yeah, I tried this yesterday, but I don't know why was it not working.
Maybe sometimes did it give you the error message?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just have to be watch closely and see what is exactly happening here. Now, all right. So I'm gonna do this again. We're gonna look into see how we do this using the letters. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna remove all permissions here again. chmod a equal minus read write execute file 1, and I'm gonna do ls hyphen l. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna, instead of numbers, we're gonna play the game with this here. So here what I'm gonna do is read only, grant only read permissions for user using the letters here. So how are we gonna do that? So let me copy this here again so that you have this. This is a very good template here to keep it with you all the time to determine what permissions in it. So the question is grant only read permission to user. So how are we going to do that? So user u equals what permission he needs?
R.
R. Okay. And what about write?
Dash.
Yeah. Okay. Equal dash. And what about execute?
Also dash.
Yeah. So execute is represented with X. So you do hyphen. I think I gave you wrong information here. There you go. Dash, right? And what is the total here? Is
R dash dash.
R dash dash. Very good. R dash dash. So, alright, so what we're gonna do is chmod. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we have to tell which where is this gonna go to. Okay, so you do a equal, and then you do plus r dash dash file 1. Okay, and if you do ls hyphen l file 1, there you go, you get I think in this scenario you don't have to put plus here, you just do equals. Yeah. And if you do ls hyphen l, oh come on, so what I'm doing wrong is I'm not supposed to give a. If you give a, you're giving it to everybody. So all you do is over here you just give u equals r. That's all you give and hit enter. Now if you do ls hyphen l, It's a little bit different for this. ls-l file1. Oh god. So let me set this to 00 first, okay? Now what you're going to do is chmod u equals read file1. Now it will work. There you go. So what you have to do is u equals r. U equal r. You don't have to give anything for this here. But in reality, you should be doing this here actually. U plus r. And if you do ls-l, so this is the correct command actually.
So why are we using this command for?
We use this command only to give read permission only to user.
That's why we are using u in it.
Yeah. U equals plus R. That means you would have other permissions also, right? He would have read permission, write permission, and execute permission. But we are giving him only write permissions. So we're doing plus R. That means from having no permissions, earlier the user, nobody have any permission here. The question is grant only read permission to user. So we are granting only read permission to user with this command, and the user gets the access for only read. Okay, now I'm gonna set everything back to 0 again. Chmod 000 file1. If I do ls-l, everything is 0 here. Okay, wait a minute, I'm missing a command here. The command would have been using the number, right? 400. Remove all permissions again. Alright, now we are starting with a clean slate again. If you do ls-l file1, now what I want to do is using the number I'm going to say using letters. Okay, grant read permission using number. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to give permission I want to give full permission here using a number. What would that be? Look at this here. I want to give full permission only to user.
Only to user?
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Let me copy this here. Actually,
400?
grant full permission only to user. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say here like this. Okay, down over here, let's do the math. Okay, so all right, so what would be the full permissions for read, write, and execute? So read would be what number?
4.
Very good. And we're giving full permission. So what about write?
2.
2. Okay. And
420?
for execute, what would it be? I'm sorry, what? 0? No, not 0. For execute,
Execute is 1.
1, right? That would equal what? 7. Okay. And we are, when doing the ch command, chmod, we are changing only for user. So there would be 7. And what are we doing for the other people?
0, 0.
Very good. 0, 0. So what do you do is chmod 700 file 1.
0,
And hit enter. ls-l file 1. There you go. You have read, write, execute permission. And since they are leading zeros, this will be 0 and this will be 0. If there was any permission over there, for example, if there was have been a read permission here, 0, when you give 0, it will take it out. It will make it 0 there. All right, let's do same thing using using the letters here. How would that play out? Okay, so let me clear this. I'm gonna say chmod 000 file 1, and if I do ls-l, it's not there. So what would be how would I do this again? Now there will be the same thing, grant full permission only to user using letters, and over here using numbers. Okay, all right. Now use only using letters here. Okay.
So chmod u equals rwx.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So let me copy this again. This time around, let me just take this out here so you don't get confused.
Do we have to use u equals plus, or u equals is fine?
We should use plus.
Okay.
So for the user, u equals read, write, execute. So we are giving full permissions here. So chmod u equal plus read, write, execute file1 ls-l. There you go. We got the same result as 700. Now let's have a game here. Let's set everything to 0 again. So grant following permissions. Okay, using numbers. So what you would do is, um, so I want user, I want read write only, group, I want read write, and others I want read write. User, I want you read write execute. How about that? User is read write execute. Group read write only, and other I want read write only. So using number here. So let's do the math. Okay, so user is going to be what number? He will be read write execute. What number he will be?
7.
Very good. Group,
6.
okay, read and write, very good, 6. And other,
6.
very good, 6. Okay, so the final would be 766. Okay. Seven six six, right? So let's reset everything over here. Chmod 000 file1, and if you do ls-l. So now what I'm going to do is chmod 766 file1, and if you do ls-l, there you go. That is exactly what we needed. User is read write execute, other is group is read and write, read and write. Let's see how we would do this using the uh, okay, using letters here. Okay, remove all permissions again. So what I'm going to do is same thing, grant following permissions using numbers here. Okay, so what is this gonna be? How will this work? What is the U gonna be? User is what letters I put in here for user?
RWX.
RWX. Group
RW.
RW, and other would be RW2. So how would it be? Exact. Usually this is what it looks like. X7. You have to put plus here. Plus. Plus. So now you could see the difference. It's kind of getting complicated with the number, with the letters here. And file 1. Invalid mode. Instead of comma, I think you have to give semicolon. Oh, my bad. You remove G and O. Okay. You do this here. Why is it not changing? me try something here. It's not taking the comma. Why is it not taking the comma? You know what? I think I just don't have to put comma here. Cannot access G plus RW chmod. Okay, so this is going to be painful here. What you may have to do is do like each group separately. So you have to determine which way you would do this would be better for, or the easy way to do it. Obviously in this scenario you could do this using the number. If you do chmod 7, what was the one we used earlier, 766, and it gave us the same result. Okay, so I hate to do this here, so you just have to determine which process works here. So in this process, if you're doing this here, you are just have to run 3 different commands. So usually I use letters when I'm doing a single add-on permission here. So for example, if I want to remove execute permission here for user, I would do chmod okay u minus x file1. There you go. So in this scenario over here, just looking at it, I just need to remove this here. So you do u minus x. You could do this on the fly here, but if you're using the number for this here, you have to do the math in your head. You have to do the math here is you just have, so if you want to do u minus x, if you want to do it with the number, how would you do that? What would be the number value? If you want to remove, this one is 7, right? What do you want to make it 6? You want to make it 6, and everything else you want to keep it the same, so you have to do this. Okay, so what it comes down to is what is easy for you and what is the result it will be easier for you. So obviously over here we did minus x, and we quickly looked into it, and we quickly remove execute permission. So this was easier for us using the letters. But if you're using the numbers here, we should make sure the existing permission stays what it is. So you have to do the math in your head for existing permission also, the new permission and the existing permission. So what is going to happen now is you just have to come down to a personal preference how you would do it here. Normally I use this to remove permissions and quickly add like a single permission, and then I use this as a regular permissions here. I use the numbers quite often compared to letters here, but the scenario I use is if I want to quickly remove the execute permission, this is what I do. Okay, so for today we're gonna stop here because I got to get out of the town. What we'll do is we'll catch up next week and then we'll continue where we are. Okay, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. I'll upload the document here. We're gonna go over this much more detail in the next session here, but I'll upload this document so that you will have it. Okay, any questions, put it in the chat please. All right, I'm gonna end here. Thanks for joining.